Right from our childhood, the concept of attendance is something that we accept unquestionably. A growing mindset and a lack of independent thinking, for the most part, makes it necessary for a strict attendance system to be in place. However, as one enters college, students are expected to take decisions on their own and they begin to realize that attending classes is not always the best way to learn. Why is physical presence in class a quality associated with a good student? With this question in mind, let us begin the documentary.
भाई क्लास भाई भाई क्लास नहीं जाना क्या? टाइम हो रहा है क्लास का।
यार रात भर सोए नहीं थे, अब गेम खेल रहे थे, 4 बज गए थे।
भाई अभी तो चलना।
प्रॉक्सी लगा दे प्लीज, आज नहीं हो पाएगा।
अरे भाई इंपॉर्टेंट क्लास है।
नहीं
यार क्यों दिमाग खराब कर रहा है? प्रॉक्सी लग जाती है ना।
Slouched shoulders, dragging legs, and a lack of enthusiasm are the characteristics of many students attending courses they find uninteresting. However, a strict attendance requirement by the authorities acts as a push for many to attend classes.
Why is attendance required?
Education is an interactive process. It is very important for the students to get their doubts cleared in person. Also, attendance rule is a general trend in the Indian education system.
What do you think the students do when they don't attend classes?
With the advent of internet, it is very easy to get distracted. Games, social network and other such distractions get priority over studies.
Why not 0% attending?
Government institutes like IITs are funded by the taxpayers' money. Therefore, it is the obligation of the student to attend classes. Moreover, I believe only 20% of the student population is motivated to study independently. The majority are easily swayed towards the distance.
You are not an adult until 17 years and 364 days, and suddenly on your 18th birthday, you get magical powers of making the right decisions on your own. Teachers and institutes are still responsible for a student's performance. Quality of teacher an excuse? How many after class hours have they spent on their course? Have they done the things what the teachers ask them to do? Majority of the students often use it as an excuse to not attend a class.
Even if you grasp 40% of whatever is taught in the class, you are better off. And also the class discussions and the emphasis given by the professors to some topic will help you in retaining that 40% of the knowledge. Also it will tell you about the importance of different topics. So I think attending a class is better than just relying on last minute studies.
So basically the reason behind the attendance is like I understand whatever professor teach in class, so I think like that will be helpful for me in my exam.
अरे यार क्लास क्यों है यार, इससे अच्छा तो प्रॉक्सी लग जाती।
Most of the course content does not align with my own passion. Most inspirational people say classes don't matter, but the institution says the otherwise. This is a dilemma. So I prefer to read blogs, do my personal projects instead of attending classes. And luckily, I'm able to score decent marks just studying a day before the exam. To sum up, I just go to class because of the fear of the institute, fear of losing my marks.
I feel that the courses were mostly theoretical and the content that they taught in the courses was outdated. So I found myself better off studying at my room. And there are ample amount of online sources from which I started learning, and they also taught the latest technology that the industries expect these days.
Learning is not what motivates me to go and attend the classes. Instead, it's the fear of repercussions of low attendance that does so. This should not be the case ideally.
If an 18-year-old is allowed to choose the government for the country, then he is capable enough to take decision for his own education. In the past, there were not much resources available to gather knowledge from, but now it's not the case. So there is a need to revise the current education system.
Moreover, in our case, we are not given an option to select a course out of our own will. So we are subjected to follow a particular course curriculum along with the attendance rule attached with it. So one should not expect me to follow the attendance rule for a course which I was made to register for.
So let us conclude. We have always heard of one end of the argument. Now let us throw light on the other end. The education system is plagued with a lot of logical inconsistencies that need to be removed with the changing times. The attendance rule, popularly known as the imprisonment rule, is imposed on the assumption that students waste their time. We urge you to stop generalizing. It is not black and white. A lot of students, when forced to attend classes, end up wasting their time by either dozing off or scrolling through Facebook feeds, thus making the rule counterproductive. Alternatively, the same student in his room could be working on a private project or developing himself holistically in the same time spent on Facebook while in class.